Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Today we are working on a TroyBilt TB130 with a Honda engine. That fella's had both knees replaced. He ain't, I guess he had to hire somebody to cut his grass. But he's well now, and he tried to get his mower out after a couple seasons, and it won't crank for nothing. Fresh fuel, replaced the air filter, spark plug. He did everything he needed to do. He even cleaned the bowl. But it's going to need a deep carburetor cleaning, I believe, and I believe it's going to be all right. Really do. So let's clean the carburetor on this little Honda. It looks like a GCV 160. Let's find out exactly what it is. It is a GCV 160. GCV 160. Yep. Well, let's get busy. Come on, guy. First thing I'm gonna do, I reckon, I'm gonna drain this fuel tank. Get the carburetor off there. Yep. I'll get this fuel line off. I'll take a pair of pliers and just kind of break it loose a little bit, twist on it a little bit. Then just take a screwdriver and force it off. Be careful, this is plastic. There we go. Pull the little clamp off. Take your little galvanized pipe, thread it over the fuel line, stick it in there. Now it'll lay over in the tub, just like so. Loosen the fuel cap so it'll flow faster. There we go. Air filter looks pretty good. He said he got a new spark plug in it, but I want to make sure that spark plug is tight. A lot of times they'll just stop and they'll get scared to over tighten it. They won't crush that crush sleeve. Oh yeah, that's nice and tight. Now give me the click. There you go. Oh boy. This one's got the manual choke. Then we'll take the two stud bolts out of here. Alrighty. Get this vent hose off of the back of it. Kind of hold over the carburetor and just pull that. Don't lose the little gaskets and money. Don't lose none of that on the back of that. You gotta make sure that stays intact. Is that gasket gonna stick real good and not fall off? I believe it will. This one I believe will fall off, so I'll go ahead and help it off. That's gonna go on there. And don't forget the spacer back there. All that may fall off too. I'm gonna let it hang there. Work that back and forth. Break the seal. Yeah, there we go. Now, throttle linkage and spring off of there. There we go. smell that carburetor. I can smell it. Okay, we'll move over to the workbench. To the workbench. Whew, boy, I can smell this carburetor. I can smell it. Ooh, yeah, look how nasty that is. Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, look at that. Yikes. Boy, you can just smell that. It gets on your skin, just smell it for a day. Oh, look at that. Turns into shellac. Shellac. Give it a good overall washing off. Phew. Phew. Take the main jet out. If it'll fall the rest of the way out, full of that stuff. Careful doing this, because I have broke that right there off one time. Then you didn't have to worry about cleaning it. Come out of there, baby. Come on out of there, boy. A little more pointy. There it is. There it is. After I done whooped him. Whooped him, boy. I'd like to get this emulsion tube out. It feels to me this thing is absolutely stuck. There it goes. I felt it shoot me right there. Pa-pow. Tried to fight me all the way, boy. Clean all that out real good. Take that out. I'll just run this in there, and you can actually see it. Run that down there like that. And this is where it gets you right in the eye. Stick that straw right in there. I actually seen some bad gas come out of there when it first started. Yep. Ooh. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. Clean out the main jet. Yep, look at that. Take a little torch tip cleaner. I like it because it's serrated. It's almost like a file. You can really work that hole right there. Work it. Get it. I like to come back and dig it out a little bit around here. Give it a little puff of air. I always blow back the opposite direction. And then I'll blow this direction. Yeah, that carburetor had a lot of water in it. You can see it floating around down there. Now take your emulsion tube and go through every little hole. That one right there. That one. This one is a real little bitty hole. I may not be able to get this through there, which is the reason. I cut this little wire off of a wooden handled brush, and it's just what we need to go through there like that. One hole there, then you got two holes on this side. Right there. Right there. Yep. You can see the stuff coming out. Always put that back in the same place. Won't lose it. Give it a good wiping down. Put your finger over the end of it and watch all the little holes. Make sure it's... It's all coming out. And one thing I like to do, I've seen some other folks do this. I forgot who it was I was watching that taught me to do this. Put your Q-tip in your drill. Just rubbing, polishing compound is what this is. Just get a little bit on your Q-tip. And right in the ear, no, don't put it in your ear. See how nasty that seat is down in there? See it? Yeah. And I'll take this. Yeah, look how black that is. Yeah. Yeah. My can's almost empty. And now you can see down in there how nice and shiny, pretty clean it is. Look at it. Can you see in there, Bo? I like it. Put it all back together now. Put it all back together. Give a shout out to Cobb Hardware Company. That's where I stole a bunch of these screwdrivers. Just kidding, Bob. Don't call the police on me, Bob. All right, now we got to clean this nasty bowl. Good grief, man. I ain't gonna waste my time on that. I got another one over here on the junk carburetor. I got another one. I'll just grab another bowl off another old Honda carburetor. Same bowl. Save a lot of time, man. That's like concrete in there. Yeah. And we'll clean off this float. All that shellac off there. All that shellac will weigh this float down and it'll leak. Let me hold it up to the light and make sure ain't nothing floating around the side of it. Nope, looks good. Okay. Okay. Just like that. Find out what to do with my pen. There it is. Put it back in there. Give a little tappy tap. Tiny tap. Okay. Okay. Let me brush the end of that thing off. Alright, that's pretty and clean. And put this back in there. My trusty Craftsman screwdriver. Oop, hang on to it. Look out. Phillips head screwdriver. All right, that is all I'm going to do to that. Now let's take it back over to the bank or to the work table. Okay, now that we got the tank drained, take that back off. Shine my flashlight in there, and I can still see some residual in there. Back the camera up a little bit. Alright, everything in the tank is now left. It's going to be right there. Grab a little turkey baster. This is where any kind of water or any trash and everything's going to be right in there. Right in there. So now that is perfectly dry. Nothing left in there. Oh boy, look at the trash that come out of that. Wow. Now I'll blow it out. A little puff that way. Clean the screen. Clean the screen. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, that tank is perfectly dry. The fuel pickup screen is completely clean. We'll put all this back together. Put the clamp back on this hose. And then put the hose back on there. And let's see, where's the carburetor? I just dropped it. Okay, first thing we'll do is put a little spring on. Put the linkage on. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Fuel line on. Okay. Put it back together just like we took it off. the gasket back under like it was. And don't forget to put this vent tube on there. It'd be like not having an air filter if you don't. Alright, here we go. Make sure you always start this by finger, because this is so easy to cross thread, you would not believe it. I never use the impact to run them down. I've seen these break off in the block before, and this over. You'll just destroy it trying to get them broken bolts out of that aluminum. Not too tight. Check the operation of the choke. That thing should be a little looser than that. It should. There it goes. See how it's working itself back? It'll slowly open. All right, let's put some fuel in it. These Honda engines, man, with this EPA spout, God, this stuff goes everywhere. Here we go. I'm not making a mess this time. Go ahead and turn the fuel on. That way we'll know if we got any leaks in the carburetor. Okay. Somebody out there in the repair land, tell me what the heck this is. It's on every Honda engine. It goes right inside the fuel filler. I have no idea what that's for. I've always wondered. Is it a splashback guard or something? I don't know what that is. I don't know. That's why you got to ask the dumb questions sometimes. Okay, let's check the oil in this thing. I can't believe I haven't done that yet. We're going to change it anyway. This full, it looks pretty good, but it's old. We're going to change it. We're going to change it. Clear the table. All right, so far so good. Fuel's on. Spark plug, let me look at the blade real quick, make sure there ain't nothing funky going on down there. Okay. I'm gonna lower the table down and fire it up. Go ahead and fire it up and get that oil hot, and we'll drain it out. Grab my little clamp. Give it a choke. Okay, she runs. Now let's raise it back up. Raise it back up. Turn the fuel off. Get your little pan to drain the oil. And we'll come around here. Okay. Earl. It's always darker than it looks when you actually pour it out instead of just checking it on the dipstick. We're gonna let that drain. Okay, while that's draining, we're gonna come back around here. Take that blade off, sharpen that blade. Air compressor. Okay, we're gonna pop that blade over. everything looks good. Boy, that blade is nicked up. Look at that. Well, let's carry it over here to the old RBG 712 there. Boy. That's about as good as this one's going to get. I can't get them nicks out of there. You have to grind it all the way back there. All right, that's good enough. Good enough. Now we'll put the blade back on and fill it back up with oil. Fill it back up with oil. The bottom of this thing sure is oily. I bet that governor shaft seal is leaking like it's so famous for. Yep, that's where it's coming from, the governor shaft seal. Oh, let's go over here and get some Earl. Earl! Need you on all three, Earl. Alright, so far we have cleaned the carburetor. It's got a new spark plug. It's got a decent, really nice air filter. Sharpened the blade, changed the oil. I'm going to grab a funnel before I end up with another mess. Another mess. You got the camera angled right? Yeah, that's good enough. Oop, too fast. Too fast for conditions. Well, you got time to get on down. I am just about out of battery power on that camera. I'm trying to hurry. Trying to hurry. That's pretty good. It might have a touch too much. Nope, that's pretty good. It's at the top of the grid. All right, good enough. Gooder than enough. Now we'll lower it down. Lower it down. Lower it down. Am I making y'all sick and dizzy and all that stuff carrying this camera around like that? Let me blow out the air filter real quick before I lose juice. anyway, let me fire this thing up. I'm gonna take it out there and hose it off and degrease it and clean it, and that'll be it for this. A little choke. Shouldn't need to be choked. Well, all right, that goes another video, guys. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Tell everybody, tell each other you love them. Jeez, yeah. What a beautiful day. It ain't 110 degrees out here right now. That's nice. Guys, love y'all. Y'all be real good.